All right, good morning. It is very cold outside. I got up here early. I'm gonna take the air dryer over, get a new one. Hopefully they got one in. I do got to get a fitting that broke off underneath the part. So that's one reason I came up here early. I need to get that fitting out. It's a little froze up. So I'm gonna try to get that out. But I got my name in on my truck last night. I designed it. Very proud of it. So I designed it, did everything. It's crazy how you can do this stuff yourself, but here, I'll show you. It's got the Maryland. It looks like it's crooked because of this line slopes down, but it's actually straight. So I thought that was pretty cool. Eastern Shore Ag, that's the name of my company. Got the Maryland state with the flag printed. So I did that all myself. You can design everything you want and go to lettering.com. And they'll here it is right here. They'll print it all out for you, and then or make it up. And you can just take it on. So pretty happy with it. Pretty happy. Looks pretty good on there. I got to get my DOT numbers and my MCC numbers, but so far it looks good. I'm very happy. Pretty neat when you can design something and it comes out just the exact way you wanted it. Love it. So I'm gonna put the other side on. I've been trying to stand in front of this heater. It's like, it was 70 degrees the other day, like 69 2 days ago. Yesterday it was freezing cold, windy. The wind was blowing like 25, 30. Freezing cold. Today the wind's not blowing, but it is cold outside. And the shop is twice as cold, it feels like, with all this concrete metal. So standing in front of old Bertha here and just trying to get warm. Good Lord, I am ready for winter. This seems like we've had snow and stuff in the past, but it seems like this winter just never wants to end. It's just crazy. So I'm gonna get this side put on, see how she goes. And there we go, got the other side on. Looks pretty good. Once I get the DOT numbers, I don't know what we'll number, maybe 45, 47 is Trump, or maybe 24 is the Gordon car. I don't know, we'll figure something out. I keep seeing all these videos from Canada and all these other countries mad because we cut their US aid off and we're not giving them billions of dollars. You gotta realize we were giving ISIS $40 million a week. We were paying for transgender surgeries in other places and rats to see how they acted on a treadmill. I mean, our tax money isn't for that. And now Canada's crying because we're imposing tariffs. Every country has been imposing tariffs on the United States for decades. 25, 30%, we're doing 10%, 2%. All Trump's asking for is fair trade. If they do 25 on us, we do 25 on them. And I've never seen other countries cry this much. All Trump is asking for is fair trade. That's it. Just reciprocal fair trade. He's not asking for more. But countries want to import 80% to us and only let us do 20% to them. It makes no sense. So if you don't like it, that's just how it is. Sure, we lived through Biden's 4 years of crap. Why they're giving money away to everybody. So deal with it. That's just how it is. Our government and our taxpayers are tired of giving our tax money away to other countries while our country's falling apart. It's time American dollars get spent in America. If you don't like it, who gives a shit? Bye. America first from now on. Morning. We are servicing the old 4440. Good morning. It is Tuesday. We're getting to the point mid-March where we got to start getting some equipment out, getting some equipment hooked up. It's still cold in the mornings, but the midday and afternoons have been like 65. So it's, but we got some manure coming in, some fertilizer. We got to start getting spread. So I got to get some equipment moved around. We're going to get the loader out, get my spreader out, and we got to get to the old big girl, the big 8-wheeler. We got to get her hooked up to the Turbo Max. So when we start spreading manure, we can put her to work. She'll be working it in lightly. What else? We got the 4440, the old cooler's bad, so we got one ordered. Of course, it's hard to find a new one. They want to sell you used ones, but we're not going to take it off and put a used one on there and have the same problem. So, and they want just as much for a used one as they do a new one, and we can only find one company that makes a new one. So we got that ordered. It'll be about 5 days getting here. So she's kind of down for the count until we get that. Forklift needs to be worked on. It's got an exhaust leak, so we're going to just get a small, I think it's a 2-inch exhaust. We're going to get a small, we're going to cut it and put just a small piece of 2-inch flex on there. Solve that problem. I think my brother's going to put some new spark plugs in her because we use her quite a bit for loading seed and chemical. She's really old though, like really old. We really need to update her forklift. But damn, when you look at forklifts, they want 40 grand for a damn forklift. It's just crazy. So we got that Bobcat 320D Deer sitting over there. She's got forks and everything, so we're probably gonna bring her over. That way if she goes down the forklift, we can use that because we're done with straw. And she's just sitting there right now. They do got a bunch of 325 Gs. I don't know what the last number is, but they're only like a year old, year or two old. They got a ton of them. They're on tracks. We were thinking about trading for track one over at Deere, but our Bobcat only has like 300 hours on it because all we use it for is really just straw in at a chicken house, and then it sits there. But I think we paid, I think it was a year old when we bought it. We paid maybe 30 grand. I don't even know if we paid that for it. It's practically brand new. But on the used ones, they want 65 or 70,000 for these used ones over here. And they still want, I think, 40-some thousand on the trade. 40,000, he said. So that's still expensive, considering we bought this whole thing less than that, and they want that on a trade-in. It'd be nice to have a track one, but not for the price stuff. I say it every video, the price stuff's crazy, and it's funny how all these Americans are complaining about all this fraud that we're getting found and abuse. And you know, farmers are the only ones that pay the high prices for everything, but yet our, you know, in 1970 corn was $4, 77, something like that, 4 something. Well, today it's still 4 something. So everybody else gets, with the inflation, their prices go up. Fertilizer, chemical, equipment, obviously, but you know, all of it goes up for farming. But it seems like the farmer still only gets $4 for the corn. You know, yeah, we had a year where we got $8 one time. That's still not enough money. That's still, and if you listen to farmers talk, farmers, in my opinion, we're the dumbest group in the world, because a lot of farmers, if you see them on here, they're like, oh, I don't want to see $8 corn. Price of fertilizer is going to go up in equipment. Well, the price of fertilizer and equipment's already going up anyway. So why wouldn't you want, I want, you know, if you take inflationary terms today versus what the corn is versus what everybody else is charging for their prices, corn should actually be, I think they figured it out, like $22 a bushel is what a farmer should get. And I think it's like $39 a bushel for beans or something like that, 38, somewhere around there. But we can't get that because they don't want farmers making money, because then we would be able to buy land and compete with these real estate investors that want to build low-income houses everywhere and charge $3,000 rent that's more than a mortgage. In my opinion, corn's worth $22 a bushel because that's on the inflated price with everything else for equipment, groceries. You go look at a new hopper now, they want 70 grand for a hopper bottom. We bought them hoppers new for 27,000, something like that back when we bought them. And we're not talking about 40 years ago. You know, we might be talking about 10, 15 years ago. But they want $70,000 for a new hopper bottom. If you try to find a used hopper bottom, they want more than what we pay for them new. They want 40, 50 grand for a used hopper. Tractors are 700,000, combines are $1 million. You can get a used 780 for anywhere from 3 to 600,000. I've seen even more, but you're still getting used. I'm talking about new stuff. Pickups are 90,000. Trucks, you know, people bitch about me selling my trucks for what I asked for them for nothing, hardly. Try to buy a new Peterbilt, $200,000 for a new Peterbilt. I mean, that's on the low end for a new one. I mean, it's crazy. And I only want 45 for mine. And they got brand new motors, practically look brand new, here I tell you. But people still complain. I'm like, well, why don't you go price a new one? See what a new one is. I'm very cheap for these Peterbilts. Really nice trucks. Of course, I got them all sold. But, you know, people always want to wheel and deal you. But they'll go spend $1 million on a combine and bitch about a $40,000 truck that's practically brand new. Blows my mind. But farmers just don't stick together. I don't know what we got to do, but we pay the inflated prices for everything we got, from chemicals, trucks, hoppers, combines, tractors, discs. I mean, you can't buy a disc now for around 100 grand if you want a new one. Turbo Maxes, $100,000. But yeah, we still get $4 corn. But if we actually put the inflated prices that everybody else is getting, that screws the farmer over, we should be getting $22 for corn, a bushel of corn. You can look it up. But yeah, we can't get that. Everybody's so happy when it goes up to $4.50, like, oh, I gotta sell, let's take it in there, instead of just, if I had green bins, I'd hold. I might go broke, but I'd hold as long as I could. Yet just me doing it alone ain't gonna affect the price. You need a big group of farmers to get together and be like, man, this is enough. But you'll never do that, because one farmer wants to screw another farmer out of land, so he wants to hurry up and sell his stuff if the other farmer wants to kind of hold. And everybody, it just, I tell you, I've always said it, the biggest enemy to a farmer is another farmer. But I don't know why the government, we're the ones that, the food starts with us, if you think about it. It doesn't start with anybody else, it starts here. And we take all the risk, all the cost, and we still get $4 for corn and $9 soybeans, when it should be $22 and $38. But if you ask a farmer if he wants $22 corn, he'd say, oh no, because the price of everything else is going to go up. But they're not realizing that the price of everything is already up, you know, the inflated prices anyway. So the other people are still getting their money, and we're the only ones that aren't. So it just drives me crazy. And there ain't no YouTube farmers. You don't hear anybody talking about this. You got some people that talk about a little bit of stuff, but they never bring this up. They never say that we should be getting inflated prices like everybody else is getting. We should be doing this. Everybody's like, oh, regenerative farming and grass, and you know, it's just, that's what you hear. And that ain't saving you no money neither, not really. I mean, it might be a good thing. It might be coming, I don't know. But it's not really, you know, you still got to put fertilizer and everything. You're still paying the man to grow your crop. You still got to buy that bag of corn and plant in it. And you know, it's just crazy. I don't know. But we definitely need more than what we need. And I'm doing my rant to let the equipment run up. But I've been thinking about this, watching all this crap with Trump, and they're burning Tesla stores. Of course, nobody ever goes to jail. They're shooting at Tesla stores, breaking windows, tearing up cars. Nobody ever gets locked up. You know, they're finding all this shit that all of our tax money is going to, and nobody's complaining. The only people that are complaining are the Democrats about is what they're doing. But you don't see normal people in this world being like, yeah, this is stupid. Why are we paying these taxes? And this is what they're doing with the money. You don't ever hear anybody normal like making a stink about this. I mean, I'm glad Elon Musk and Trump, you know, just like Trump got in there before, you found out what was going on. Nothing changed. And nothing's going to change. They're still going to fight back and forth. Nobody's going to get anything. It'll be 4 years of Trump trying to change shit and nothing to get changed, because the other side hates them enough where they'll just oppose Americans and the fraud and corruption. And then somebody get in there in 4 years and they'll let it all come back in. And every American will sit there and be like, oh, okay, we'll let you just give our money, you know, $40 million a week to the Taliban. I thought the Taliban was our enemy. They were killing Americans, and we're giving them $40 million. And the drug cartels. These cartels have been killing people for decades, bringing drugs in, hanging people on bridges, skinning them alive. And not one person has ever went down there and just destroyed them. Who cares what Mexico government thinks? You know, why wouldn't the Mexican government, they're bought and paid for through the cartels. But why wouldn't America just send the military? Yes, it's another country, but you got to put an end to them. But nobody ever puts an end to the drug cartels. Nobody ever just goes down there and eliminates them and gets rid of them. They just keep letting them kill people, bring drugs in. It's just crazy that we just let all this shit go. And they spend money complaining about it, but they never actually go take care of the problem. It just blows my mind. It just, nothing ever changes. So, that's my morning rant. So, if you don't agree, I know it's a farming channel, but after a while, you get tired of this shit. You know, it's like, come on, you know. The war in Ukraine decimated, that's like the #1 wheat country. Decimated them. Wheat's still, what, $5 a bushel? Why isn't it really, really high if that country is decimated? Their fields are blown up and they can't farm, and it just shows you that it's just market manipulation. It's just horrible. You know, wheat should probably be legitimate $18, $20 a bushel is what a farmer should get paid. But I don't know. If you don't agree with me, you just don't agree with me. So most farmers don't. So, and most farmers around here don't even like me because I got a YouTube channel. But I haven't done nothing to either farmer around here at all. And you would think this is just common sense me speaking, but nobody around here even sticks together either. So, I don't know. See you later. Alright, so we got the Turbo Max hooked up. My brother is testing her out on this field at my farm beside the chicken house. I had to hurry up and get a photo for your cover shoot. But she's doing a pretty job. We ripped all this. Everything here is ripped. We ripped probably 50% of it. We did half and half this year of our corn ground. He's not really going fast with her. He ain't used to driving her too much. He's got her slow gear. Put her down, what are you doing? Alright, get her rolling. Yeah, he's not pushing the envelope. He should be rolling faster with her, but he's a rookie. He's more of a ladies' man than a tractor man. But it looks good. Just gonna do this one little field right here after we hook her up, just make sure everything's right on the depth and everything. She sure does smooth it out though. Plus this field right here is the wettest field on the farm. I don't know why. We've ditched it, we've done everything, so I kind of want him to do it just to keep air out a little bit. So I'm on the loader, I had to move a dirt pile. Now I gotta go, her neighbor has a blacktop pile with that crushed blacktop stuff that's been sitting there. He wants to fix some holes in his driveway, so I gotta go bust all that up. So that's what's going on today, just trying to get everything ready. Well, I might as well get my brother working on our forklift. He's putting the flex pipe on where the exhaust was leaking. He does really good work on this thing. He put new spark plugs in it. What else are you putting on it?
Distributor.
New distributor.
If we can find it, air filter.
New air filter.
If we can find
She's we can't never seem to update this bad boy. It's old crop production one we bought for like what, $100 or something back 20 years ago. We got to work on her so often, but he loves doing this.
It's my favorite.
There's this little side-by-side that he's got. And got to get a new cooler on here. She's leaking through there somewhere, apparently. There's only one company that still makes these old things. We need to update this tractor eventually. But then Alex don't want to drive nothing else but this one. So that'll be here in 3 or 4 days. It's nice. It's like 65 degrees outside. So that's pretty much the video this week. So you got to like, subscribe, and share, and tell them to make sure they like it and subscribe, Alex.
Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.